And we are live once again. 2 days after that Marko and Legend. Was it 2 days? No, it was 1 day. That was yesterday. A day after that Marko and Legend game, we have Marko and Latof coming in once again. Obviously, both of them did play in TOC recently. Hopefully I'll post that before. Hopefully I'll post this on YouTube before or after the TOC game gets posted, so I don't spoil anything. But I will make sure that will happen. But the previous scoreline, Marko didn't have my viewers. Marko had more viewers. The previous scoreline between the both of them in the TOC game was, I believe, about 6-2 towards Marko. So Marko again beats at whatever he does, and Latof, the challenger in this series. Predictions are open, so if you want to predict, be sure you do before the second game starts. That is when the prediction will be closing. So bottom left there is Marko with an interesting build, and top right is Ken's Lazo or Latof here with the double drone immediately on the standard build. Marko recently did a build order for noob stream. I did not see it, but I believe this build order is pretty okay. Gotta have all tabs open here. So first drone comes up here for Latof, second drone is down along the top. Our two drones are ruthless, so first drone does get in. Marko's drone's still waiting here. So the drones are mainly just to delay your opponent here. Not much damage being done. Or if you could pull out with Rhino, that would be a possibility, but I don't think there is. But yeah, back to the build orders here. Marko choosing to build towards that first goal patch to the north of his base, then expanding down south. Which is not a bad thing to do actually. That just increases the longevity of your entire build. Often I see players actually ignore these gems or this gold here when you're bottom left. So it will make sense for them to start early with the two gold patches and ignore this gold patch, so you don't waste time sort of getting two refs there and then a ref here when you can just send a miner like what Marko is doing now from bottom all the way to top. So he's on 5 miners here, and unfortunately you don't get the same luxury of having two gold patches immediately if you're starting on top right. You do, however, need to stretch out whenever you can. So Latof's already on, Jesus, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minus for Marko here, and Latof's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minus already. So I think he did go an extra ref there, Latof. He is on 1 wall factory. A second one is coming on about now. Marko's already on 4 wall factories now. So the miner count there is pretty real, but I think the longevity of the eco here will go towards Latof if it comes down to it. Sending 1 miner towards the bottom gold patch as well for a secondary ref. But he is looking to push here down to his bottom left and abuse this cliff here. Marko's gonna go all the way around. Latof's gonna stay on that cliff there and catch Marko off guard with the horrible pathing from the rhinos. So there's a couple of snipes from the rhinos. He needs to get out of there because Marko does have 4 wall factories and he will be able to outproduce Latof whenever he can, retreating to his top left. Latof not getting some fodder and pushing it as well. Marko again caught lacking while he expands towards the bottom mid all patch here. Good rhino advantage, but very aggressive here from Latof, who's already on 3 wall factories. He's pushing in here really hard. Is he gonna do the same thing again here? Get more reinforcements and push all the way towards the bottom. But unfortunately Marko does have the rhino numbers on, and I think this is where the production from Marko will probably push all the way through now. Marko is expanding all the way towards the last bottom mid patch and then moving towards the middle or the second level to get more gold here. Latof on 4 wall factories on 2 gold patches. He needs to maybe leave 1 miner down to his bottom right, or 2, 1 on the gems, and then get this gold patch before he starts moving again. We know Latof as actually, I don't like saying this, but often we've seen Latof playing. His eco is usually an issue whenever he plays games like these. He often hits 0 quite a bit. And I think the main reason for that is the minor micro and the radar. So radar already up here for a lot of DESOs are being produced. He needs to micro these miners on the right here. Probably leave, at this point you need to leave one miner down on the right to gobble up the rest of the gems and the rest of the gold. And he could probably move the rest of his miners down to his top left here, but a good positioning standstill here down to his left mid with those cornies and DESOs from Latof, while Marko tried to split down to his bottom right with a handful of rhinos. Latof does see that pretty instinctively. Interesting. Obviously Marko with a huge war factory advantage right at the start of the game when Latof had 1 or 2 war factories. Marko already at 4, and now he's at 5, and Latof's on 4. So that's probably one of the reasons why Marko is out tanking Latof pretty heavily, but the split here is looking to be pretty real. So Latof's gonna micro those miners away from the right here, reinforcing that split on the right side while Marko moves to its middle. Again, very good build order from Marko, who has DESOs of his own now. He is preparing 6 of them. He's gonna put them on the cliff. That'll prevent Marko or Latof from moving into the left side. He's trying to push in on the middle. DESO gets deployed. Sentry guns do take care of the DESO here, and on the right side, Latof out tanked once again. Marko getting that ref up in the middle will be really useful, but the DESOs are there. Latof needs to get out of that radiation range before he can get deployed. He goes with a drone and pushes in on the right side as well. How's the tank control aiming up here for both players while they are pushing in at the same time? The middle miners are free and open. Marko choosing not to go for the miners and going around the other way instead. Latof gonna go for the miners here. Drones are being popped out from Latof used to for the DESOs. Gets into another rhino. Latof throwing away his rhinos on the right side here. Lack of tank control, but he is out tanking Marko on the right, and he's getting out tanked on the left here. Ring around the Rosie from Latof on the left side. He, I think, got 1 miner off there, but a lot of the miners on the low health now. If he swings in once again and targets the right minus, he will probably get a 1 or 2 out the way. Meanwhile, the split on the right side gets counter pushed down to his bottom mid, and Latof looks like he did get 1 miner out of the 4 there. And on the back of that, he does have an IC on 4 war factories here. And he has a spanner on the left as well, top left. And this IC is ready, so wherever it pops will be detrimental. And the lead coming up for Latof here. It looks like Latof has played this game really to a T here. Marko not deploying his MTV as well. GG is being called, and the first game does go towards Latof. Amazing play there, delaying and keeping Marko to his own base and not allowing him to sort of expand anywhere. And then stacking up at the back of that, that's really good. Alright, here we go, second game. That was a really good showing there from Latof. Very late on that MCV deploy. But yeah, just to sort of a quick analysis of that previous game. Latof clearly had a plan in mind with how he wanted to play that game. The main thing I really liked there was Latof keeping Marko to his own base. Obviously he knew that Marko was out tanking him right at the start when he was low on war factories compared to Marko. So the way that he sort of went aggressive down to Marko, being the aggressor, keeping him to his own base and not allowing him to make any moves, and sort of I think the best way to say is Marko played to Latof's hand there. There's really no two ways about that. Marko did play to Latof's plan and it worked out absolutely perfectly, and that IC was the icing on the cake. So he did go multi-war, but he didn't commit fully to the multi-war. He went sort of half and half in multi-war and tech. I think that was a really great play there from Latof. So we are on Tiburon here, Tiburon, sorry. I just found out that the actual pronunciation is Tiburon. And let's look at this build order from both players. Both players not moving their MCV after the War Factory to the other gem patch. But they are expanding to the second gold patch here. Latof's already expanded. See, this is where I'm interested to see whether the build order will still stay the same for Latof. Obviously build orders depend on maps. Are dependent on maps, and on this particular map, I think multi-war is probably the way to go. The map is pretty huge, so any IC being popped does have the chance to be split apart and sort of neglected here. What I meant is, if let's say there was engagement down in mid here, and Latof popped that IC, Marko could just run away because the map is pretty big and not that many choke points. So Marko could easily split down to his top left. To split off his rhinos to avoid a neglect that I see. Leo, what's up? That's a different Leo than normal player Leo. Is it a record? What do you mean, is it a record? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minus for Latof. And Marko with 7 as well. 8 coming out and with one of them droned. Second war out. Ooh, Latof again heavy on the minus. Is it live? I don't know how to answer the question considering I am talking to you in real time. But this match, yes, this match is live. Yeah, this match is live. I thought you meant the stream was live. But yeah, both players are currently playing live right now. So 4 factories for Marko. Latof's on 3. He might get a 4th and then another rep before moving. It looks like I think Marko's gonna move his MCV before but not expanding anywhere actually. Sending those runs around top left probably tells me that he is gonna move his MCV just to guard from any drones. There's the 4th. Should see another ref coming up pretty soon. But really heavy on minus here. 9 minus from Latof right at the start. Yeah, that drone was the reason why I think Marko sent his rhinos up there. We were playing on the FCEU server. FCEU is the best European tunnel on TNT nets. So we got 5 wall factories. Marko's moving towards top right. Latof move towards middle. Marko gonna kill that bridge, and Latof moving towards top mid now. I think Marko needs to stop. Yeah, there you go. Stop destroying that bridge and come protect his MCV here down on top left. Latof, another 5th wall factory comes up, and then now he moves. That MCV is in trouble here. Marko, he might get his stance in there, but the tank control is not there. Latof missed opportunity to get that MCV out of the way, and now Marko with a heavier number of tanks can't push Latof all the way back here. That was really close there from Marko. He could have lost so much more. And just split down to his bottom as well. Marko could push in. He's gonna choose to camp. Kill the bridge. So Marko does protect his MCV. But there's another split coming up to his bottom here. Ah, the target. What is the target here? Latof can't seem to get his targeting in check there, so not much damage off, but Marko seems to be preoccupied here. No minus snipes available. That bridge destroy means that Latof's is gonna move to his bottom right now and pushing to his bottom left. Interesting indeed. I would think that maybe, you know, getting that 4 rhinos there. Yeah, she didn't see that. So having that 4 rhinos there, I thought he would just die for 1 or 2 miners there. They have been so worth the value. So 6 core factory coming out for Latof down the top here. Marko preoccupied with the top split. Latof sneaks his way through to his main base. I mean, then along the top right, the Latof preparing to defend against Marko's split as well. Marko desperately chasing here. Can Latof snipe 1 or 2 miners along the way? He does not get that miner, nor the other one. Will this last miner be the target here? It doesn't look like it. Marko, good micro to pull away from the miners. And now Latof pushing in as well. Unfortunately, Marko does outtank Latof by quite a bit there. The expedition that the bottom split came across here really not paying off at all here. No damage done at all. Maybe snipe 1 or 2 rhinos, but that was it at the cost of maybe 5-6 rhinos. So horrible value there for Latof, and then he's gonna send a couple miners down to its top as well. And look at this split from Marko. Bottom right, a huge number of rhinos coming in. There is a radar available, but no forward racks for a DESO. Latof in trouble. The MCV goes down, does not get the sell off. Radar goes down as well, so no DESOs available. And this bottom right split is just running rampant right through. Latof getting a good number in. Then Marko pushing in towards the top as well. Getting one war factory out of the way. Latof trying to use that clip, but it's not in range here. So Marko pulling back the split around the bottom. And Latof pushing his split from the bottom right all the way to its mid. Obviously he did lose that MCV. Oh, the tank control from Latof. Marko's gonna run right through there. I think Latof's actually the tank control is gonna go better and in advantage of him there. Marko caught lacking once again, but again Latof running into a brick wall of rhinos. It's opting for the drones now, and the lead coming up for Latof, for Marko as well. And it comes the drone on top right to delay him while he pushes down to his bottom mid, snipe a couple of miners. But the advantage here is hugely towards Marko at the moment. Latof trying to split his way through. Minor fodder coming up from Marko around the bottom. Drones are still running rampant through Marko's army here. And again, Latof's running way through. The lack of tank control from Marko does win him that fight, or lose him that fight down to its bottom, but a huge number of rhinos does work their way to its top right here from mid. And does Latof have anything to defend? I do not think so. Drones coming up for Marko here. The eco situation is not good for both players, especially for Latof. He does have a huge number of rhinos in his base, so does Marko. Selling the war factory now to keep up with that eco, but if it goes on to a base trade here, Latof is not winning that one bit. Last war factory goes down. GG is being called, and that is 1-all here. Marko pulling it back to 1-all. Alright, let's go yin yang. Latof's map pick as per usual. Latof does have a certain map pool that he plays around with. Dry heat, heck, yin yang, landmarks. Tikal? No, Tikal is Miko's. What other maps does Latof play? Puff, yes, Puff. More traveled by as well. So tons of maps that Latof can abuse his DESOs on, but this map especially, I think. You've seen him use his DESOs a lot here, especially in terms of choke points and defending splits and whatnot. Take for example this bottom right for Latof is this particular choke point by this cliff. The use of DESOs there will be immensely grateful, especially if you hide them in a tree. And if Marko doesn't see them coming, 3 or 4 DESOs could take out a lot of the health from the rhinos. But we'll see what happens here. Give me a minute while I grab a drink. So double drone again coming in from Latof. Marko might opt for a single drone. He does. Excuse me. Oh no, that's the second drone after a miner. So there's one getting drone, second drone, I'm not too sure where it is. It's right there. Oh, Latof chasing that drone, he gets it. Does Marko Latof follow up with a rhino? He does not. He's been known to follow up rhinos with drones actually. So So that drone is gonna slow Marko down just a little bit. The first paradrops are coming now. I think their paradrops are gonna be at their opponent's paradrops. There's the second war. So you got paradrops by each of their airports. Marko's second drone now just about coming around. Latof's second drone though. Not too sure where it is. There you go, there's a paradrop attacking down to its bottom left. Marko is not repairing it. Interestingly enough, he opts for another drone here. That paradrop is gonna go down and Marko's gonna be denied of a lot of gold here. Yeah, that's strange from Marko, just letting that paradrop die. They also get a drone in, however. Oh, what's up, Florida? Florida. Ticket. Alright, so Latof's going aggressive again. He does have a service able to repair, about 4, 5, 6, 7 minus now. For Latof, Marko's on 4, 5, 6, 7 as well. Pushing into that paradrop. I think he wanted to push in with the rhinos as well. Didn't really get it through. So another paradrop along the top here. Marko obviously does not have his paradrop. His paradrop died. He's gonna use that miner to defend. Oh, Latof just banking. That was a big gamble there by Latof. The reason why he sort of pushed in there was he knew that Marko was preoccupied along top right with that paradrop. So he thought he could pull the micro away with that paradrop and then snap a couple of rhinos there. And this is where I think a DESO will be really useful, but Latof does not have a radar up yet. He's on 3 walls now. Marko's on 4. There you go, that's a 4-4, but Latof needs to start expanding to his top right. He needs to get that second gem patch. Marko already got his. So his eco is gonna be through the roof once he gets his miners up and working. He's ready on his third gold patch, and Latof's only he was denied that third patch. So he needs to do something here, move his MCV or just sort of expand. He hasn't gotten the rest of his gems as well back in mid. So that's what's gonna be used to defend around the bottom while he pushes in through mid. Neville, what's up? Thank you very much for the follow. Alright, here comes the tank control. Marko out-tanking Latof with fodder as well. Yeah, both players just being a little bit cautious here. Bad pathing there from Marko, but he does split to the top right as well. He's gonna get a paradrop down, but Latof does deploy before it goes down, and that split down top right will be moving to his bottom right now. DESO's available to defend. But how well will those DESOs do? Not much. So Latof's pulling back. One more factory goes down. Latof might be ignoring the split a little bit way too much here. One more factory goes down. He picks up the stragglers down in mid. But that was just unnecessary damage there from Latof taken. He is gonna start moving towards the other side of the map where Marko's miners are. And there's a split incoming as well towards bottom, but Marko out-tanking Latof so heavily here. Gonna abuse that cliff. Marko pulls away those miners, which is pretty good. And again, yep, Marko just out-tanking Latof. He's able to sort of push him away just with his rhinos alone there. Good use of that cliff from Latof. He gets Marko's tanks on the conga line, but again, being out-tanked, it's really hard to win a fight whenever you're out-tanked trying to use the sort of cliffs and the natural environment to your advantage. Yeah, Nick, you can pay him through his Twitch if you liked. That's $10 from you. Or you could just wait until this weekend and then I can send you his PayPal. But you can donate him the $10. That'll work. Right, on the back of that, Marko gets a drone mid-game into Latof's miner. Latof now going dry on gold. His gold patches are running dry. Marko still has some healthy ones. He's gonna need to move somewhere here. Drones coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4 getting in. Another 2 coming in as well, but those... Oh, 1 gets in as well. Who is winning? I think it's actually pretty even at this point. Marko is out tanking Latof pretty hard. Ah, thank you very much for the resub. Prime as well. Awesome, dude. 11 months. You're almost like that yearly mark. Thank you very much, Mr. Half Baldman. Stream break is doing great. No Tonys, no FFGs. I'm just picking up the paces here. People want a show match, they need a streamer, they let me know, and I'm there. So nothing. It's like not bringing home the work, right? Basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 war factories for Marko, and the MCV gets sold. Huge mistake there from Marko, not seeing that Latof's rhinos were around the edge, and he does take that MCV out and a good chunk of the rhinos. Where is the split down to its bottom here? Latof desperately trying to use the cliff to its advantage again. And Marko splitting around the bottom as well. Seeing that MCV is in danger, he will sell his MCV. And now Marko getting out microed here. This is something I rarely see every day. The rhinos in base not doing much, leaving it up to the drones. DESOs get deployed. But how is the eco situation holding up here? Latof needs to get those miners down. So does Marko. But there are rhinos in Latof's base to defend. One miner goes down anyway. Look at the number of rhinos that Marko has. He finally realizes them and pulls all of them back or forward to his Latof's base. Latof needs to get those war factories out to slow Marko down. And Elite coming out right at the end there. He needs to save that at all costs, but I don't think he will get through that on some rhinos. One more shot and down it goes, but it saves it anyway. So this is where sort of the lack of micro from Marko might pay off here. He did save a lot of his rhinos, and the Elite goes down. Marko, good number of rhinos against Latof, who does not have that many rhinos, but he does have the DESOs available to defend. But the fucking energy of this entire game, the momentum suddenly switched up there. In one quick move, Marko loses his MCV. He loses a bunch of rhinos, and then Latof sells his MCV as well. And now he's pulling it forward with DESOs and miner fodder. So everything going down in mid here. DESOs does get deployed. A lot of Marko's rhinos are sitting in that desolation. He's gonna use that Elite to get rid of the rest of the DESOs available. But now both players long distance mining down in the bottom left and down in mid as well. This here's coming up to be a pretty wild game here. Drones are being spammed out as well as last minute resorts. When you don't have eco, drones are what you spam out. So what does each player have left? Marko only has 4 more factories. So does Latof. But in terms of gold, I think Marko does have the advantage there. Bottom left, it's quite a bit of gold. And he is pretty close to that refinery. Meanwhile, Latof is pretty far away from the mid gold. And he's not sending any of his miners towards mid gold as well. So another disadvantage. So Marko's currently ahead. Marko definitely currently ahead. Latof needs to split Marko here and try to get some of the miners out of the way. Good drones from Latof. Gets the Elite as well, but the 7 Zippo is right there. Latof needs to split as well because he's getting drones. Oh god. He needs to split up down to his bottom and target Marko's only healthy gold patch here. Because at this point, eco from both players are down. And both of them know that both of the ecos are down. Latof selling that radar and power. So Latof currently now on low power. Interestingly enough, Marko going in. He still does have that elite in his arsenal. Look at him just waiting. Latof wants Marko to hit that war factory so he can get the first hit on the rhinos. But Marko is not taking that bait at all. Connie is being spammed out as well now. Latof needs fodder. He's gonna go all in. Marko's gonna cut it through. Tank control is elite from both players. Latof again using that clip to his advantage, but when you're out tanked that hard, it's pretty easy to bulldoze your way through. And Marko just being very, very cautious here. Another selling of another wall factory here by Latof. It's gonna pull in the miners as fodder as well. Marko, great micro to target those fodder. And all fodder goes down here for Latof. Marko gonna push through. Look at that micro as well to pull the damage units away around the back. And now Latof pulling in all of his miners for this last bit of defensive play here. He can't hold up. Another elite coming out after one goes down. And it looks like this is the end for Latof here, losing his map pick. GG's being called and Latof playing all the way to the end. Marko with the micro pulls it forward 2-1 is the current score. Here we go, Desert Island. It was a pretty quick load. It's the other usual map. Yeah, I mean, there's only certain maps in the map pool, so there's only so much you can do. So Desert Island, I haven't seen Latof play Desert Island. So this is going to be a first time for me to see Latof play on Desert Island. It's interesting that he would pick Desert Island. I think this map, I don't know whether it was around back in the day. Neek, you could probably correct me whether Desert Island was around back in the X-Wiz. I don't think it was. So Latof picking one of the newer maps is pretty interesting to see. But we'll see how I can abuse this. What I'm thinking instantly is that double drone right at the start. One of them will go for the minus and the other one for the MCV if he moves. But look at that, Marko already body blocking that war factory placement, and Marko does move his MCV. And out comes the double drone here. Can he make it through? There's ore there. The ore will get in the way, but the dog is right there. He does save it. I think the timing does match up pretty well, so they won't get a drone. That is if your build speed is pretty quick. So first drone already getting in. Marko forced to cancel whatever he was building to get a service depot down in mid. And then comes a second drone. So if Latof gets a second drone in, that drone will have to move all the way to its mid for that service depot. And if, let's say, Latof does go a rhino, he could cut that miner off from going in. I think that's what he might do here. He's gonna sneak that rhino all the way to his bottom left and to its top right, top left to get a drone and then send that rhino down there. It looks like he is gonna go do something elsewhere. So here's the issue for Latof at the moment. Marko's already in mid. He has those mid gems. It's at a huge advantage. This is an old map, okay. He has a huge advantage now, but he's gonna go all the way and gets one miner full of gems. Does he get the bank? Latof being aggressive once again. Sentry guns being pulled out here from Marko. Obviously no middle wall factory available then until about now. So snipe a miner there. That's really, really good from Latof. It's gonna deny the eco a little bit more, but I don't think Latof's gonna contest from it at all here, which I think is a bad idea. But at this stage, Marko rebuilds his miner. At this stage, it's gonna be really hard for Latof to keep up with his eco. He's gonna have to move to the other jam patch pretty quickly because he seems to be stuck in his own bases. He needs to move his MCV, get more gems, get more eco up, and start to get level with Marko on his eco. But again, he's not doing any of the sorts. Okay, now he's moving. This is good from Latof. He has the tank advantage. Marko obviously moving to middle. His war factories are a little bit later, so his production is rather quite slow compared to Latof. But once he get that eco up, he will be able to pump out those war factories from those gems. Ooh, Latof again getting another drone into the miner. And Latof already expanded to that gem patch. It's gonna be good for him to sort of balance out that eco. Another split coming out here from Latof to its top left. Marko, I really like this from Marko. Whenever he sees a split, he doesn't sacrifice or pull away rhinos from his main force, but rather prime the nearest war factory available where that split is headed, and then leaving the rhinos that are coming out from the war factory. And he times it to absolute perfection as well. Marko already expanded towards the bottom side of the gems here. I think Latof tried to use a clip, but it didn't work out. He's gonna pull in his fodder as well. And this is looking, this is not looking good for Latof at all. He's gonna be down on eco so hard here, so it's gonna have to be moving his MTV a lot. We'd obviously sacrifice war factory building time, and with this early mid move by Marko, he will be able to push through a lot with the eco and keep up that production. War factory's being targeted. Latof pulls in so he can get the first hit on those rhinos. I think Latof might win that fight. He will absolutely win that fight, and this fight might, that tank fight might dictate the entire game here. The tides have turned. Latof now with the rhino advantage. Sentry gun being pulled out here. Does Latof have the Marko to target those individual rhinos and sentry guns before he goes in for the miners? Vet is available. More sentry guns coming out here. He needs to reinforce with more rhinos streaming in, because Latof is gonna get met with a lot of rhinos fresh from the war factory. He tried to snipe a miner. Didn't work out. Where is that DESO walking to? It looks like he did snipe a couple miners there and get an elite down on top mid. It's gonna snipe another miner here. This is good. This is great from Latof. One way to counter that mid push is through miner sniping. I was about to say, because Marko expanded down to its bottom mid, was a lot more exposed to, his miners were a lot more exposed to Latof's rhinos, who are obviously right there. And because of that, he got sniped. Miners are being pulled out, and then he was forced to sell his war factory to keep up the eco. And now this elite coming out for Latof will be so annoying for Marko to deal with. So Latof moving his MCB to his top right again. Marko pushing into his bottom right, does get a miner out the way, but Latof is slowly pushing towards mid here with that elite. And 2 DESOs available for Marko now, but that elite will probably negate it pretty easily. The split as well from it does get swatted down, and this looks to be a GG for Latof. Very well played, and puts it back 2-2 now. Amazing. Here we are, stormy weather. This map is actually pretty buggy, naval wise. Where are Marko and Latof doubters? MJ doubters are available if you look in TNT net lobby. Those guys hate me for some reason. I don't really care. Alright, you could ask Giant. Giant's a huge doubter. That cunt. Alright. Back on stormy weather. Yeah, this map is pretty... I'm sorry, Latof. What are you doing? He's gonna go for the oils on Marko's side, and it's gonna ignore the oil down the top right here. Sending a miner as well to get rid of the engineer because Doggy is on. What? What? This is a never before seen build here. He needs a sentry gun on this thing, and he does get it. So he does get the oil as well. And now he'll be able to get a top right oil for those gems. Is interesting, to say the least. He does get droned. What is this build from Latof? Marko's going for the traditional build. Where is that service depot, Latof? You need a service depot, Latof! Oh, he loses a miner. Good defense against that drone. But that miner loss was so huge. He did get to bank that miner beforehand. But I think Marko can go on the aggressive now as well if he wants to. Oh my god, that was close. And again, another engineer dying. What is this, man? No, I haven't been in QM that much. I haven't played R2 QM in a while. I've been playing a lot of Yuri's QM because that's where all the noobs are. Oh my, so Latof with a pretty crazy play right at the start there, getting one, sending both engineers to his middle and getting that oil out the way, which means that he will sacrifice those gems down in top right. This is why you see his eco is rock bottom right now. And Marko opting to kill both drones. Oh, is he gonna capture the top right as well? Top right oil. The drone is right there, gets the engineer and the flag. Good defense there again from Latof. He desperately needs that refinery down on top right. Such a risky play here. Mainly because the eco from Latof now is horrendous. And Marko's gonna camp out and destroy that oil down on top right, which is gonna deny a lot of gems from Latof. So would I say that this build or this play right at the start is good? No. I don't think this is, unless you are gonna go hyper aggressive and probably sell your MCV. But because of this build and this play from Latof, he lost those gems. So he's gonna have to move his MCV if he wants to grab those gems. He can still grab the gems in mid though. But he's not going for them just yet. He's only on gold at the moment. And the Kirov coming out now and the IC from Marko. Obviously tacking up behind that. And Latof now up on lab tech as well. Oh man, that play right at the start there was... I didn't see that before. I mean, it's probably apparent in high level QM games, which I am not a high level QM player. So that's again another thing. This naval yard build. The map is pretty buggy with naval yards because trees are in the way and it might just stop that unit from coming out. But Kiro coming out from Latof here, he does get caught out on the tank control as well. And in comes the Kiro from Marko now. Only now does Latof go flag cannons, but that ref, you can say bye-bye to that ref. Marko gonna push in now with his rhinos at the same time. Can he use a Kirov there as a defense? He does not. No control click available for Latof, and that War Factory, his only War Factory goes down. Marko's gonna push all the way through here, and this should be GG. There you go, that's GG. Risky play from Latof does not work out, and Marko pulls ahead 3-2. Something to lose. Here we go. On to Coldest Peak. Now, Coldest Peak is another map, I think, on Latof's map pool. I think this aggressiveness from Latof will work on Coldest Peak. Double drones again, getting a miner and prepping for the MCV move as well down on top right or bottom right from Marko, wherever he's starting on. Wherever he moves his MCV to. So my prediction for this game is maybe Latof might go aggressive here. He'll probably go heavy miners again. Maybe one extra miner compared to Marko, and then push in with rhinos, snap a couple miners along the way. Sacrifice maybe 2-3 rhinos for it, which I think is a fair trade. Because you are forcing your opponent to build another miner to regain that eco. Then they can probably do some nasty moves from there. There's the first wall factory, and there's the MCV move from Marko. A drone from Latof, interesting. I think Latof is opting for a double drone later in the game. Definitely an interesting thing here from Latof. Going double drone after going one miner. There's the first drone. Let's go in. There is no second drone available. Second miner or second drone miner available. Oh my god, and Latof gets his MCV droned. He will delay Marko. Marko will delay Latof a lot there. But luckily he did have a service depot ready to go before that drone went in. Another one? Oh, Latof pulls in a miner to defend. Else that would have been the end of it. Marko would have been ages far ahead from Latof in terms of build order and build speed at that point. So we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minus for Marko. For Latof, no, he's on 6 minus. 6 minus for Latof. Marko has a rep down on top right. Excuse me. So he's on 6 as well. In comes it. Excuse me. Here comes a split here from both players. They're looking to go for a trade as well. Again, Marko leaving the rhinos in space to defend. Latof looks to be going rhinos as well. So any miners sniped here? None yet, but the rhinos are moving to his bottom left here. Those miners are full on gems. Latof's gonna have to defend them. And Latof actually trying to push in as well, but he did not get any miners yet. Neither does Marko. But that miner down on top left that's not being microed all the way back. Good use of the cliff there from Marko, but it does not work out. Latof survives with all 3 of his rhinos. And now, Marko with 3 more factories. Latof with just 2. He needs to micro that miner back down top left. And this is where things are starting to get interesting. See. One dot taking a lot of the fodder. And there's another split from Marko going to his bottom left. Latof does see it. More runners coming out to defend here. Does not get any splits here. Latof tried to push in as well, but gets denied. So these sneaky splits from Marko actually doing a lot of work. So many rhinos going down there from Latof. He sends those rhinos all the way to his bottom right and then all the way to his bottom left as well. And Marko getting pushed. Or Latof getting pushed back all the way to his bottom here. That gives an opportunity for Marko to move forward, but again, he catches him on the dipstreet duvry dive. And now Marko can split off again to his bottom left. Just snipe these miners, but Latof does have drones this time to defend. Hello, Berg. And oh, this split from Latof down on top right forces Marko to sell that MCV. And the drones down in bottom as well. Snipes 1 miner, 2 miners, 3 miners down for Latof. Bottom left diminished completely of all the miners that were once there. And now, even though he lost that MCV, Marko can now push in through mid. And Latof remaining with 4 miners here. Not looking good for him. He does take care of that split. So this will buy him quite a bit of time here. But the eco from Marko after getting the 2 gem patches on top right, Latof leaving this bottom left gem patch alone, does give him an eco boost to push forward, and obviously from selling that MCV as well. Look at the number of rhinos that he has. The effect of having 5 war factories 2-2. It's not gonna work out here. Yep. Tank control out of the window. Marko's just gonna bulldoze straight through with his high number of rhinos, and this should be the end of the game. GG is being called, and Marko now 4-2 ahead in this best of 11. You might be able to take the path out of QM, but you can't take the path out of MJ. And here we are, path more travel, the original version. Berg was adamant to change the change it to the LE version. But I have the original. You shall not stop me. And this is a map that it's heavily towards Latof's favor actually, but Latof, after losing I think losing 3 in a row now, I think he's demoralized. Again, I'm sorry for the yawn. It's late. But yeah, what was I saying again? Yeah, losing 3 in a row there, the sort of mentality that Latof must be on is surely shattered. But the one thing he can definitely be positive about is how much of a hard time he is giving Marko right now. So War Factory down in mid, double drone coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if a Rhino comes on next there and goes to its top right. Drone gets into top right. Is there a Rhino following up? Looks like it's gonna be a miner instead. Surface depot comes out down on top right. Marko will defend that, but that does slow him down a little bit. And now Marko with his own double drone. So again, this build from Latof, we've seen it over and over again, and it's pretty solid for someone of his playstyle with that aggressive DESO usage. Good defense from that drone down on bottom left. Another drone coming to his top left now. But yeah, this play from Latof, his first War Factory goes in mid by his oils, and then he'll be easily, ooh, look at that amazing timing with that sentry gun and pulling with that miner, and he will sorry, back to what I was saying, he will get mid control pretty easily here with the sentry guns and a closer War Factory as well. But unfortunately he does not go for mid control that quickly, so Marko will be able to counteract with his own forward War Factory. So second war out for Marko with on 5 minus. Third war out now. Look at this split from Latof, out microing Marko here. Forcing Marko to pull away his attention to his top right, and then sniping a couple of rhinos out of the way. Paradox comes in down mid as well. He's going straight for the War Factory. Marko pulls away all of his units for him. And that War Factory will go down. And now Marko getting out micro here and getting split out apart. Marko now spinning up his army as well. Top right expansion will go down. That miner is being chased, but that oil will most likely go down here along with that War Factory down in mid. Latof keeping on the pressure here after losing that top left 2 paradrops. It wins the fight in mid. Another War Factory gonna go down here for Latof. Marko keeping on the pressure, and there you go. GG is being called, and Latof pulling it back 4-3 now. Huge micro there from Latof, and pulling away the micro from Marko, which is something that you rarely ever say. 4-3. So if you didn't catch what happened there, we've seen this happen a lot of times with RE2 players specifically who don't play Allied. Not don't play Allied, but don't typically play Allied. Latof being one of them. Marko picked 2 very heavy Allied maps, Alaskan Oil Spill and Depth Charge, with both of them were vetoed. And so that forced Latof to use all of his vetoes, so Marko, whatever map Marko picks, Latof will have to play now. And so Arctic Circle was the one being picked. Excuse me, Latof. This build, not going for gems, is interesting. Is he making it up as we go? Most definitely so. So his second ref will have to be right up front now. But I guess that advantage, not getting that ref in middle, does mean that his first wall will be able to be placed right in front here. And double drone once again. And Marko hasn't gotten any of his tech yet, but he is on those gems. And going 0 straight from the War Factory, though, is a good choice. On Arctic Circle, you get that $4,000 of influx from those oils. So no reason for you to go heavy on miners or build any miners unless you're Marko and grab a War Factory back in base. So never yard out for Latof. He's gonna go and get those oils on the top, so even more money here. Let's see what the target is. Oh, I think Latof tried to go for that drone miner, but it does not work. And Latof making his way to his top left here. Two miners are in danger. He does have a War Factory around the back. And Marko again priming that War Factory closest to where the split will be happening. Unfortunately, he does not have enough. Latof should dive in for these miners after getting rid of those rhinos. He does. Gets droned. He does not get any of the miners. 1 health. And it does not work out for Latof. And he kills the bridge as well down on top left. So that's gonna deny any cheeky little splits again coming in from Latof. That was a close call there. Marko could have lost a miner. And looks like on the back of there, Marko goes for a navy yard in the middle. Latof goes for a navy yard to grab the top batch of oils. And that middle oil is gonna get destroyed here. Latof gonna use his advantage. While Marko was busy killing that oil, just snipe one rhino out of the way. If this had an engineer in it, it'll be pretty funny. But unfortunately it does not. So Marko already on lab tech. With the dreadnought out in mid, Latof in trouble. He needs a lab of his own. Marko has an IC as well available for him. And yeah, Marko still have that backwards War Factory Prime while Latof uses it to scout ahead. Or not, he does have an engineer, he does get it. Interestingly enough, but Latof's oils, all of them does get destroyed by that one singular dreadnought. The dread goes down anyway, but damage has been done. All 4 oils from Latof in mid has been taken out. And Latof going with a barracks by that Sec Depot with an Ivan as well. The Ivan takes out the barracks. He wanted to Ivan these buildings from the War Factories downway, but to no avail. What the hell was that Ivan? And now Latof is spent all the way to his bottom right. He has an IC now. Marko's IC is going to be available before his. And the push down in bottom here is great from Latof, but it does not work out. Marko attacking him pretty easily. Latof still on 1 War Factory. He was on 2, but he's down on 1 now, so he won't be able to keep up with the production. And now Marko's IC is ready. He's going to get the hell out of dodge there, Marko, but it's not going to waste his IC for sure. He doesn't need to. And looks like squids or subs are being made for Marko now. Latof still has that 2 oils along the top, but Marko's pushing down towards the bottom right here. Again, big maps are not Latof's advantage, so he is at a huge disadvantage here. He's on 2 War Factories still. Marko's already on 3. Another split coming in towards middle here. Latof should be able to take that fight, but he's not going to. He's too preoccupied back in his own base. Radar over his radar is going to go down. Latof's IC now ready. Marko pops his. So it will only be fitting if Latof pops his. but the miner full on gems does get destroyed. The second one looking to be destroyed as well. And down it goes. Eco situation is not great from both players here. Latof pops his IC down in mid. What is the target? Here he goes, takes one miner down. And it looks like the target was that singular miner instead of anything else here. Marko already spreading towards top left. But this is looking pretty grim for Latof. Does have Rhino advantage, but they're in all the wrong places. He sells his lab just to get a little bit of eco. But after getting those 4 oils destroyed, it's gonna be really hard for Latof to keep up with Marko's eco, who still has all 4 of his oils. Or 3 rather. Yeah, man, I don't know where the hell you were. But Latof was like, do you want to stream it? Yeah, sure. Okay, split coming in from Latof here. A couple runners to defend. He does have that paratrap down on top level, so it takes out a Warp Factory. Latof splitting to get rid away from that IC as well. That's good. Another ref goes down here. Latof gets 2 elites in the way. He's gonna get that working refinery down as well, I think. But to no avail. One message me? Oh, that's sad. It's okay, man. I'll message you sometime. Never. Okay, IC available for Latof down to the bottom right. Good timing with that IC as well. Drones are being popped out now as well. So again, Latof fighting hard here, but the production from Marko is too good. Latof's not going to be able to keep up with that production at all. And the eco situation now, Latof going broke. GG is being called. And down he goes. Now Marko leads 5-3 on match points. Alright, we are on Dawn of Peril match point. All or nothing here for Latof, and it goes with Dawn of Peril. Unfortunately, I don't think this is a great pick from Epic for Latof. Primarily again because of the eco situation that's been happening lately with Latof. He's been broke so many times. It's and Marko, I mean on this map, Marko with his eco management, with how he does it usually, is gonna be amazing again. So unless Latof goes with what he did on Heck with going heavy on minus, he had like 8 minus right at the start. That's gonna be he might stand a chance here, but I think the current plan now for Latof, he needs to get down in mid, get a production up with those DESOs, and then sort of prevent Marko again from expanding. If he does the exact same thing as he did on Heck, he will probably win this game and still keep it alive. What's up, Steve? Another attempt to assign a best of 17. No. I can't. I'm fucking tired, dude. I'm fucking tired. It's 2 AM. I haven't slept. And I've had a 12-hour day. A solid build from both players. But I just want to see Latof do what he did on Heck here, being aggressive. He might be low on wall factories, but as long as he's aggressive and prevents Marko from expanding or making the first move, I think that'll be great. Also, I don't think Marko can play for much longer. Originally, we planned this at 4 PM GMT. But then we extended it to 4:30 PM GMT. 1 because I was on the way home, and 2 because I didn't wanna rush. Get home and then immediately rush the Showmatch. I like to be organized and have everything ready. Extend the Showmatch. Oh yeah, and also I already told these guys that it's a best of 11. If they're sending it to a best of 13, it might be a little bit unfair for Marko because he has mentally prepped for this best of 11. So suddenly changing it to a best of 17 and extending it might not be the best thing ever. So 3, 6, 7 minus here for Latof. Marko is on 7 as well. He's on 8 actually. Break the score by 2 games or something. I wish. Alright, 3 and 3 currently. For Factory Siege and Marko's a minor ahead. There's a radar and a forward right probably coming around the bottom. I like the forward right down in mid. That's gonna help against this fodder, and DESO's a lot closer. And there's a 5th wall coming up from 4th wall coming up from Marko. So Latof hits home ground first. And the middle is where I think all the fight is definitely gonna happen. Mid control is one thing. Primarily because mid is the closest way to get to your opponent. And I think another thing is because of the eco down in mid. Look at Marko's miners now. They're long distance mining those gems, but a ref place in the middle will be really helpful. And now they need production down in mid. So war factories down in mid will be the next thing that's gonna be the best for both players. Marko ults for the radar, Latof goes for that war factory, and now Latof I think can probably use this to its advantage. Does get one rhino droned, and another one is droned as well here. Good micro to kill it. And this is where I think the Dipsy Medusa comes in. Good use of the leg there to force the rhinos into the radiation. But will he pounce on it? Will he pounce on it? Rhinos are damaged just slightly, but not as much. None of them are smoking yet. So now Marko, who needs a forward racks here, or for war factory. He's gonna go in here, Latof. I think he's gonna win that fight. Marko does have that war factory. Latof needs to get rid of it so he can delay the reinforcements coming in, and the DESOs gets deployed as well. Using the miners here, Marko, that's gonna delay his eco from mining as well. And look at this dry miners on dry ore patches. Latof once again, a lack of miner micro here. He should be building towards here and just sort of microing 2 or 3 miners down in mid. So those ore patches will be a little bit more useful. Else he would have gotten mid control for nothing. And now a split coming in from Latof. Pushing through mid. The drones are available, but it gets destroyed. And now the DESO gets deployed. And now Latof going on the other entrance of the base. Gets rid of one war factory, snipes it, and gets the hell out of there. And pushing forward down in mid as well. Trying to snap another miner, but to no avail. But this is good from Latof. Keeping under pressure, contesting from mid, and not allowing Marko to make the first move. He is the aggressor in this case. He is the captain. He decides where Marko goes. And currently this is looking to be the same situation as on Heck, with Marko being the regressor and Latof aggressing heavily here. And now another spade coming to his bottom left. Miners are available, but I think Latof wants to get those rhinos out of the way. Marko needs to be very aggressive there because he is out tanking Latof down in the left split. And Latof can get this war factory out the way and then force the DESO deploy as well. And then sentry guns out in mid as well, so that the drones won't be that useful. And drones coming in from the rhinos. One of them does get infected. In the nick of time gets it. And now Marko getting hit down in mid. Latof combining both of his armies together. The rhinos being out of the fight here. It's gonna push them in as a split. Let's see whether the tank control holds up here. And now Marko can make the split after Dipsy Medusing this way over there. Latof gonna use his DESOs to defend down the bottom. He only catches the tail end of those rhinos, and now those miners who are not being microed will be open for hunting season. One goes down, second one about to go down, and the miners along the top as well. Marko splitting Latof apart here. One miner went down, the second one is about to go down there, but it does get him the nick of time. And the third one here in trouble. Make it double splits coming in here for Marko. Latof being pulled apart to pieces, and his miners are all going down. And another push down the mid as well. This was looking good for Latof, but he could not keep up with Marko's production after hitting 0 so many times over. And it's Marko selling his MCV as well. This is GG's. And it is over. Marko wins it 6-3. A much better showing from Latof this time, but not enough to beat the micro legend. The microing legend of Marko. Not actually a legend player, but the microing legend of Marko himself. GG's.